Greetings everybody, coming to you from my 2012 Mercedes-Benz S350 Bluetec diesel. So I just wanted to give an update for those of you who are interested in this particular car. So just to recap a couple points, this car had the emissions modification stuff done, I believe around 88,000 and change, which means I'm covered under warranty until about 136,000. And for those of you who don't know, that warranty is very comprehensive. It covers pretty much all the diesel emissions stuff, in addition to a few other things like fuel injectors, glow plugs, turbocharger, and that sort of thing. So, funny enough, I've actually been kind of hoping that something breaks between now at 110. I bought it at about 92, so I've put about 90, almost 93. I'm gonna do a quick acceleration run here. Pretty quick. Anyway, so I've put about 17,500 miles on it, and I'm kind of hoping something breaks during that warranty period. I had a couple things on my GLK 250 go wrong that got covered under that warranty. One was the intake manifold. I did a lot more details on videos specific to that car if you want to check it out. But I'm expecting at some point maybe some intake manifold issues with this car, swirl flat motor and such. But we'll see. I mean, I don't think anything has gone wrong with any of that yet. I have most of the full history on this car, but the most surprising thing to me about this car is that from a powertrain perspective, I want to close the sunroof because that's probably making a bunch of noise. From a powertrain perspective, this car has been completely trouble-free. In fact, it really has surprised me. That being said, there is one exception to that, which I'll go into in a bit, but I guess I should say from emissions equipment perspective, it has been flawless. I've not ever had a check engine light come on. I've not had any sensors go bad. Basically, nothing that's covered by that warranty has gone wrong. So that's been very, very interesting to me that this thing has been so reliable, specifically around the emissions equipment and stuff. I did have to have the oil cooler replaced. So for those of you who haven't seen me talk about that in my other videos, one of the reasons I chose this particular one was because the oil cooler seals had been upgraded at some point in the car's life previously to the new purple seals. I have the repair order for that. That was while the car was still under warranty. It was like 38,000 miles. Well, so I started noticing a drip on the garage floor, and I actually thought it was the oil filter housing because it was slinging a little bit on the belt. And turns out it was the oil cooler seals had gone bad again. So the purple ones do go bad. It could have also been that the oil cooler warped, because at the time of the warranty replacement, I don't think they replaced the cooler itself, but I don't know. I had all that done, and my dealer did me right on that. I think the whole job was, I want to say $2,100, maybe $2,400. Everything I see online says it should be over $3,000. So they cut me a good deal on that. I want to say that was at about 101,000 miles, and I've had no further issues with oil leaking or anything like that since then. Now I've talked about some of the other stuff that's gone wrong with this car in my other videos, but since my last update video, I've not had any S-Class things go wrong. It's been extremely reliable. I mean, I'm really surprised. I was expecting this car to have a bunch of issues, but it really hasn't. It's just been a very enjoyable experience to drive. I just had new tires and an alignment done at the dealer. I highly recommend getting your alignment at the dealer, because these Mercedes-Benz is not just the S-Class, require specialized equipment, specialized settings, and so forth. And most normal shops, like tire shops and whatever, are just not equipped to do a proper alignment on a car like this. Now, that being said, I did actually have to bring it back after I got the new tires on. Normally that dealer gives me stellar service and everything's usually done right, but they must have had somebody asleep at the tire balancing machine, because I had a shimmy on the highway after I got the new tires. However, they did rebalance them, and it's been flawless since then. They were very accommodating to take care of that for me, and that keeps me going back. And for the service I get, it's Bobby Rahal Mercedes in Wexford is the one who I have do all the work on this. They really do a great job. So if you're in the Pittsburgh area, I highly recommend them. But anyway, I mean, that's it. I mean, this car has been, again, surprisingly reliable. Just overall super nice to drive. And just a great experience overall. I would definitely recommend one of these to somebody with an asterisk. You've got to get one that's been properly maintained. Having a maintenance history is very important. You've also got to get one that is properly sorted at the time you buy it. That's how you can greatly minimize your expense with owning one of these. It will never be cheap to own one of these. I've told people that if you want to buy a car like this, expect to spend about, on average, and this is again assuming you're starting off with a good car, $4,000 a year in maintenance and repairs, just to keep everything up to date, keep everything properly working, and stuff like that. It could vary up or down. You could have a $7,000 a year and a $0 a year. So I'm just estimating roughly about $4,000 a year in maintenance and repairs on average. And again, that's assuming you're starting with a good car that is properly sorted. So, these S-Class diesels, they hold their value significantly better than the gasoline counterparts. And in fact, the equivalent gasoline car would probably cost about half of what the diesel would. For those of you who haven't seen the video of the 2008 S350 4MATIC that I had purchased, I got that for $6,500. It did need a little bit of work, but I was able to get it to reliable driver status. Total all in about $8,000. This car I've got, including purchase price and repairs and stuff, over the past 18,000 miles or so. Got about 20, just off the top of my head, 23,000 in it. I have no idea what it's worth. I have no plans on selling this car. I'm just gonna keep everything up and continue to enjoy it and just see how many miles I can get out of it. I doubt I'll end up putting 1 million miles on it, but you never know. It'd be kind of cool to get this thing up to 1 million miles at some point in the future. One plus about Mercedes-Benzes like this is Mercedes-Benz tends to keep making parts for most of their cars for years. I've taken significantly older cars into the dealer to get repair work done, and they've always, for the most part, been able to get the parts. There are very, very few exceptions, whereas other cars, especially rare ones like this diesel S-Class, there's just not a whole lot of these out there. Yeah, other cars, it can get a little dicey finding parts for them. Even like 10 or 15 year old cars can be really tricky. So that's another plus to having an old Benz like this. But anyway, so those are my latest thoughts. Have a great day, everyone.